The film starts in 1823 on the island of Borneo. We witnessed Dakaban tribe members chasing members of other tribes. The chase concludes when the pursued individuals are caught at the edge of a cliff. There is one young man among them, named Lang. Lang fearlessly challenges the Dakaban tribal members to fight him one at a time. He is willing to battle to the death, including beheading his opponents, as is customary among Borneo tribes. Soon after, Sanday, the chief of the Dakaban tribe, strides forward and easily defeats Lang. The tale then shifts back to the 18th century. Tribes of Borneo live in groups in longhouses. Sanday prioritizes his family and responsibilities at the time. He frequently brings his two children, Meling and Linga, to the jungle for combat training. During these sessions, Sanday allows his children to play with their friends, Mina and Shia. One day, Meling invites the others to a waterfall in the forest. Meling promises Linga, Mina, and Shia that they will always be together, help each other, and love each other forever. Meling also presents Mina a hornbill heart as a symbol of his love for her. At the same time, Meling's mother is quite concerned since her child has not returned home. So Iban tribal members search but cannot discover the tribe leader's son. Meling, Linga, Mina, and Shia finally return. Meling's mother is furious, especially since she knows Meling had been playing in the forest, hunting hornbills. She attacks Meling with a piece of wood, and Linga, witnessing this, can't take it and saves Meling by taking the hits herself. The beating ends only when Sanday comes. Sanday is deeply saddened when he finds Linga's body covered in wounds. Shortly afterwards, he gently applies medicine to Linga's wounds. Unlike Sanday, his wife does not care much for Linga. Linga is revealed to be Sanday's adopted child, discovered in the forest as a baby. That is why Meling's mother adores her own child more than Linga, although Sanday strives to be fair and does not treat his sons differently. Linga is still injured, so Sanday and Meling practice martial arts alone the next day. Throughout the instruction, he discusses the history of his machete. He informs Meling that each mark on the machete represents the number of foes he has defeated with the weapon. Shortly later, some people from different tribes arrive and threaten Sanday. Meanwhile, Ranji and his friends have been targeting Sanday. Ranji is Lang's younger brother, and he lost the fight with Sanday at the opening of the film. Ranji arrived at that moment seeking vengeance for his brother's death. Sanday, feeling challenged, readily accepts the fight. He easily defeats his opponents one by one, but one of Ranji's men apprehends Meling and threatens to kill him. Sanday surrenders, believing that his kid may be spared. As a result, Ranji beheads Sanday. Sanday dies, leaving Meling in a state of despair and bereavement. Meling, Lingman, Mina, and Shia have grown into adults over the years. Meling, on the other hand, continues to be angry at his father's untimely demise. This rage drives him to build a trap for Ranji. Linga warns Meling that the trap could harm innocent people, but Meling is too enraged to listen. He keeps setting traps and ignoring his brother's warnings. One day, the traditional chief summons the Dakaban tribe's young men. The leader adds that they must demonstrate their bravery by locating their adversaries and reclaiming their heads. The young man who performs this will be known as a true warrior. The following day, the young guys venture into the forest to demonstrate their bravery. Unfortunately, Meling has a stomachache and lags behind the gang. Linga stays with Meling. They uncover a cave in the jungle and spend the night there. After spending the night in the cave, Meling and Linga continue their journey through the forest. During their journey, they come across a highly poisonous snake. Meling avoids the snake while also cutting off its head and keeping it, as his late father had taught him. Not long after, they are astonished by the appearance of people from different tribes, which leads to a war. Linga, who is more skilled at martial arts, effortlessly beats his opponents. Meling, on the other hand, battles against a formidable foe and is nearly murdered when his head is shoved into the river. Fortunately, Meling recalls the snake's head that he had stored. He uses it to bite his opponent's neck. The venom weakens his opponent, allowing Meling to win the fight. Meling hesitates to kill his opponent since his father's death haunts him. Seeing this, Linga intervenes and beheads the opponent for Meling. Linga not only protects Meling, but also delivers him the severed head. Linga urges Meling to claim the head as his own kill and not divulge that Linga was the one who did it. Meling and Linga are crowned true warriors for successfully retrieving the enemy's severed heads. They are given unique tattoos, which is a wonderful honor for every young man there. This accomplishment causes Mena to fall in love with Meling, and they finally have an engagement ceremony seen by the traditional chief. Meanwhile, Ranji's group faces food shortages and begins to infiltrate other tribes' lands, particularly the Dakaban tribe, which is noted for its fertile terrain and longhouses. Soon later, Ranji forms an alliance with a bunch of pirates to attack the Aban tribe. However, the youth of the Dakaban tribe learn of Ranji's rendezvous with the pirates. The genuine warriors of the Dakaban tribe prepare for the attack by Ranji's party. During the conflict, Ranji's troop, with the assistance of the pirates, causes significant difficulties for the Dakaban soldiers. Meling loses the duel and is going to be beheaded by Ranji. Fortunately, Min arrives to protect her fiancé. At the time, Linga assassinates the pirate captain, which lowers Ranji morale. As a result, the Dakaban tribe successfully expels Ranji and his followers. Meling is relaxing in the forest when he receives a mystery parcel. He is astounded to discover that it includes the severed head of his fiancée, Mina. Meling believes Ranji is to blame for this horrible deed. He travels to Ranji's land alone, consumed by fury. He fights and destroys several tribal members by himself till he confronts the murderer of his fiancée. But there, Ranji assures Meling that he is a true fighter who would never kill a woman. Meling, however, does not believe him. He also sees his late father's severed head on display there. Meling, enraged, attempts to kill Ranji. Ranji, although being wiser and more adept in combat, is inebriated. This offers Meling an advantage, allowing him to defeat and behead Ranji, bringing home both Ranji's and his late father's heads. Meling is acclaimed as the Dakaban tribe's genuine warrior leader. However, on the night of the coronation, Meling notices Linga wearing a bracelet belonging to Mina. Meling is concerned and suspicious that his own brother is responsible for his fiancé's death. Things get worse when Sid discloses that Linga was nasty to Mina. Meling confronts Linga, furious and determined to avenge Mina's death. However, Linga does not fight back. Instead, he dodges and flees away from Meling's assaults. Unfortunately for Meling, his haste leads him into a trap that he has constructed for himself. Seeing his younger brother die, Linga insists that he was not the one who killed Mina, but Meling ignores him. Xia then appears, crying as she finds Meling, the leader of the genuine warriors, in such a state. Xia unexpectedly admits that she killed Mina. She admits that she has loved Meling since they were children, but he has never looked her back. What hurt more was that even her escape, Linga, ignored her since he preferred Mina. When Linga hears this, he becomes enraged and attempts to behead Xia, but Meling stops him. Meling recalls his late father's remarks, which stated that a genuine warrior does not behead someone but is willing to give his life for those he loves. Before he dies, Meling begs Linga to sever his head. Meling desires this so that he might actually become a warrior, as his father had promised. Despite his reluctance, Linga eventually agrees to his brother's final request. Linga, who is crying, wields his weapon. In the pouring rain, Linga recalls their boyhood closeness and brotherhood. Linga remembers the love, struggles, jokes, and laughter they shared. After Meling's death, the film concludes, "This film's moral lesson is that if you ever get a weird package in the forest, simply return it to the sender. Remember, family drama is far worse than fighting pirates and opposing tribes."